How's it going, everybody? Jason Croft here, and on this episode of the vlog, I want to give you a little peek inside our Lyft office studio here, where we've been shooting some episodes. And in fact, I'm going to bring you an interview I did with Joe Crenshaw. We're talking LinkedIn and all that fun stuff, and give you a quick little show around the place here at Lyft. I don't think I've shown this place very much, so let's give it a look. My spot is right up there. My little perch. Fantastic.
I need to get
Where are we? We're at Lyft.
We're at Lyft right now.
That's right.
Yeah, we're at the Lyft office. We have all your co-working needs. If you need mail, if you need conference room, if you need private offices, we have it all here at the Lyft office.
And on certain days...
Hashtag be lifted together.
Ooh, nice. And on certain days, we have cake.
Cake like today.
How's it going, everybody? Jason Croft here, and just wanted to shoot this quick episode. We're recording an episode of Lyft Speaks, actually, at the Lyft office here in Grapevine, where I office, and Joe, you used to office.
Yeah.
Joe Crenshaw is here, and I wanted to just talk to him about LinkedIn specifically real quick. Love what you're doing on there. I'm jumping in. You and I have had that conversation. Yeah. I'm jumping in with both feet. You are as well. What's some of the success you've seen with that so far? And you know, you're trying a few different things. What's the big one that's kind of working right now?
Yeah, so I think that really the biggest thing is just get engaged. And again, sure, like there's content that we can create as professionals that people will see and have visibility with, but I really think that there's more value in engaging everybody else. Because it's reciprocated, right? It's something that they see that I have an interest in them. They see that I want to know what they're talking about. I want to know about their business. I want to know about their story, about their lives, about their profession, all these things. And ultimately, that's the type of emotional connection that creates interest in other people about who you are and what you do. And so
that's really good. It's an interesting take. It's almost like producing content only to facilitate that, you know, and to show up a certain way so that when you do reach out to somebody, they're going, oh, that's what he's about. Oh, awesome. Oh.
Yeah, and I think the content itself, like, it's a presence, right? It's your presence so that people see that there's someone there that has something to offer. Right. But the presence is not enough. Just the presence itself.
Exactly.
It has to go beyond just the content itself to the person, to who, and also the organization that person works for.
Right.
The way that you learn about that stuff is through the actual engagement. And in looking at everybody else's stuff, communicating with everybody else, learning about their story, learning about their profession. There's so much value in that, and I think that's what has kind of distinguished or set me apart from from success in being able to do this well, is there's intent on the other person instead of just intent on taking and receiving what I can get.
Right. Look at my stuff.
Yeah.
Come over here. I have something to sell.
Yeah.
I think right. I think that's fantastic. And it's probably too, because you're seeing you're seeing like tangible results as a salesperson in your month that you've just really pushed this and in your new role, the new job. That's fantastic. And I think there's probably a little bit of kind of getting through the initial, oh, this is just another somebody, you know, selling stuff like that. There's probably a layer or two. How do you get past that first one, or have you found that you need to?
Yeah, so I think part of what I've used, and that again, my whole brand is others focused, and I think when you start to represent yourself that way, then it starts to be how you're seen. And like your reputation, right? And then people want to talk to people who are not all about themselves. And so for me, I've even created a whole lot of content around that in particular. And when I'm communicating a genuine message from who I am as a person that I think that there's value in, and people see that, then ultimately they're going to respond accordingly because they see that that's not the shady guy that just wants to sell me and twist my arm and get me to buy something from me. But I also don't package my messages that way.
Right. So it just takes 2 seconds for them to go, oh, okay, I can see that.
Absolutely.
It's really quick.
But I even made a post one time, and this is the post that gave me the most traction so far. So obviously it resonated with everybody. We can be so focus on how do I approach people better? How do I talk to people better? How do I sell people better? What's the best way to prospect? Should I go in hard? Should I slow play? Should I build a relationship first? All this stuff, right? Which it's good for us to think about that because it's ever evolving, but it's so contingent on the individual, the individual who's selling and the individual who's being prospected. Those two things are never consistent. The only thing that we can control is how we actually receive sales or how we're a prospect, right? How can I be a better prospect instead of a better salesperson? Because if I'm open to communication with somebody regardless of how they approach me, I don't like that you slow played me, or I don't like that you're giving me a direct message that says, hey, I'm this, and you need that. Then what I've made a conscious decision to do is to actually just reply to everybody regardless of that. And be a better prospect. And if we all think about, can we be better prospects? Can I just give somebody an opportunity because they're an individual who has goals like I am? If I give them an opportunity when they seemingly don't deserve it, and we all do that, now we all get opportunity, right?
Right.
That's a focus. For
sure. That's great. And you, oh my gosh, you learn so much in that process too.
So
good,
much.
bad, indifferent.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, but I even glean from people in those messages because sometimes there's messages that I'm like, I don't like that. Let me ask you about this though. I want to learn what makes you send me a message this way? Is there value in this? What's your click rate? How many people are responding to messages like this? Because if we take the position of a learner instead of a teacher all the time, like I have something you need to know. That's how all of our defaults are, where we should be learners. We should take opportunities to glean from other people because I am decent at sales, but I don't know everything about sales.
Sure.
I don't know
None
the
of us
best
do.
way.
Right.
None of us are like the best at it. Like often we all suck at it.
Right.
So we have things to learn.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm curious in this too, as you dig into LinkedIn, and it's certainly you out there, right? You're representing which Rev19 is the company you're working for now. But you're also, you are Joe Crenshaw on LinkedIn.
Yeah.
Has there been a conscious thought of personal brand in this that you're building that goes beyond Rev19, still in support of that company?
Yeah.
In going forward in all this?
100%. So one of the things I've talked about recently, just in the value propositions of company. When a company is creating a value prop that says, we're honest, we support, we have integrity, all of these things.
Right.
Like when that's the value prop of the company, the only way that can actually be true is if that's the value prop of the individuals within the company. So if you say this is my value prop and you have people who don't represent that value or are not marked by that, then that's not your value prop. Right. So the good thing is, in creating a personal brand, you're also simultaneously creating a brand for the company. Right? Because the brand of the company is built on the brand of the individual within the company.
And now more than ever. Used to be,
100%.
It's always been that way.
Yeah.
But it might be 10 people a week that see that. Yeah. And now it's thousands.
And so for me, right, like I do obviously want to have a representation of who I am as an individual. But by doing that, what the world sees is that because my face is the face of Rev19, that's what they automatically think about Rev19. Yep. That's their impression of who Rev19 is as a company because it's the mouthpiece of that is me, right? So both of those things are happening at the same time.
Awesome. Well, I really appreciate that.
Yeah.
Thanks for chatting and sharing that. I think you're doing a great job. How can people reach out and find out more about you and the company?
Yeah, sure. So LinkedIn's a great place to do that, right? I love LinkedIn. That's kind of where I'm living all day long. So, you can check out my bio, but all of our website about the company, everything is all within that. But don't just read my bio, please connect with me and let's actually get connected beyond just the surface stuff.
Awesome. Well, thanks so much, man.
It's good. Yeah, thanks for having me.